Have you ever found yourself lying awake at night, replaying old mistakes, wondering what you could have done differently? Maybe it's a decision you made years ago, a relationship that ended badly, or a dream you never pursued. The past has a way of lingering, whispering what if in the quiet moments. And as the years go by, it can feel like those regrets weigh even heavier, making it harder to fully enjoy the life you have right now. But here's something to consider. What if those regrets weren't meant to hold you back, but to teach you something? What if, instead of looking at them as burdens, you could see them as stepping stones to wisdom, growth, and even peace? You don't lose the lessons inside. You just stop carrying the unnecessary weight. One way to do this is by reminding yourself, I did the best I could with what I knew at the time. We often judge our past selves with the wisdom we have now, but that's not fair. The person you were back then had different experiences, different knowledge, and different emotions guiding their choices. Hindsight is always clearer, but that doesn't mean your past self was foolish or unworthy of grace. And speaking of grace, that brings us to the next step, forgiveness, especially toward yourself. It's easy to offer kindness to others, but when it comes to our own mistakes, we tend to be our harshest critics. Maybe you wish you had been a better parent, a more supportive spouse, or taken a different path in life. But punishing yourself endlessly doesn't change what happened. It only steals your peace in the present. Imagine if a dear friend came to you, heart heavy with regret, saying, I wish I had done things differently. Would you respond with harshness, telling them they deserve to suffer for their mistakes? Of course not. You'd remind them of their worth, their goodness, and their ability to move forward. So why not offer yourself that same kindness? Regret only holds power over you if you let it. The moment you choose to forgive yourself, even if it's just a little at a time, you take back control. You begin to loosen the grip that the past has on you and make room for something new. And that's where true inner peace starts, not by erasing the past, but by making peace with it. If forgiving yourself feels like a challenge, you're not alone. Letting go of regret isn't something that happens overnight. It's a process, a gradual untangling of emotions that may have been knotted up for decades. But here's a comforting thought. Every time you choose to release a little bit of that weight, you make space for something better. One of the most powerful ways to do that is by changing the story you tell yourself about your past. Think about it. The way we remember things isn't always accurate. We tend to highlight our mistakes and gloss over the bigger picture. We focus on the one time we failed, not the 100 times we tried. We replay the hurtful words we said, but forget the countless moments of kindness we offered. The mind has a way of keeping a tight grip on pain, sometimes even exaggerating it. But what if you could rewrite the way you see your own story? Instead of looking at past regrets as proof of failure, try seeing them as proof that you lived, that you took chances, that you made choices with the knowledge you had at the time. Every regret you carry has shaped the person you are today, and that person still has so much life left to live. A simple way to shift your perspective is by asking yourself, what did this experience teach me? Maybe that broken relationship taught you the importance of communication. Maybe that missed opportunity led you to something even better, something you wouldn't have found otherwise. Maybe the mistake you made years ago now gives you the wisdom to guide someone else. Regret doesn't have to be a dead end. It can be a doorway to growth. But to truly move forward, we also need to let go of the need for a different ending. So many people get stuck in the cycle of if only. If only I had worked harder. If only I had apologized sooner. If only I had made a different choice. But the truth is, the past is not a book we get to rewrite. It's already been published. And constantly wishing for a different outcome only keeps you trapped in a chapter that's already over. Instead of dwelling on what could have been, try asking yourself, what can I do with what I have now? Because no matter where you are in life, no matter what has happened before, you are still in control of what comes next. This brings us to something even more powerful, focusing on the present moment. Regret lives in the past, but peace lives in the now. Every time you catch yourself slipping into old memories, gently bring yourself back to where you are. Look around. Listen to the sounds in the room. Feel the breath moving in and out of your body. This moment, the one you're in right now, is where life is happening. And every second spent regretting the past is a second stolen from the beauty of today. One practice that can help with this is gratitude. It may sound simple, but gratitude has a way of shifting our focus from what we've lost to what we still have. Instead of looking back at mistakes, try looking around at the blessings that exist right now. Whether it's the laughter of a grandchild, the warmth of the sun on your face, or the simple comfort of a quiet morning with a cup of tea. Because here's the truth. Life isn't meant to be lived in reverse. The best parts of your story are still being written. If there's one thing that steals peace faster than regret, it's holding on to things that no longer serve you. And often, that means learning to let go of self-judgment. Think about how you speak to yourself. Would you ever talk to a dear friend the way you sometimes talk to yourself in your mind? The truth is, we can be our own harshest critics. We replay old mistakes, call ourselves foolish for the choices we made, and tell ourselves we should have known better. But how could you have known then what you only understand now? Life doesn't come with a rewind button. We don't get to go back and be the wiser, more experienced versions of ourselves in past situations. All we can do is acknowledge that we did the best we could with what we knew at the time. And that's enough. One of the most freeing things you can do in this season of life is to offer yourself the same grace you would give someone you love. Imagine your younger self standing before you. The version of you who made mistakes, who struggled, who didn't have all the answers. If they were sitting right across from you, would you scold them? Or would you comfort them? Tell them they were doing the best they could? Remind them that they were human? That same kindness you would give to your younger self is the kindness you deserve right now. And when you practice self-compassion, something beautiful happens. You create space for joy. Because regret doesn't just weigh us down, it blinds us. It keeps us so focused on the past that we miss out on the beauty of what's right in front of us. And let's be honest, there's still so much to be grateful for. So instead of looking back at life through the lens of regret, start looking forward with curiosity. Ask yourself, what do I still want to experience? What brings me joy? What would make me feel alive again? Maybe it's taking a dance class, writing that book you've always thought about, or simply allowing yourself to laugh more. Maybe it's reconnecting with an old friend or making peace with someone you've lost touch with. And if you're thinking, but it's too late for me, let me stop you right there. It is never too late to choose joy. It is never too late to embrace peace. Every sunrise is a second chance. Every day you wake up is another opportunity to live with an open heart. So let today be the day you decide to put down the weight of regret. Let today be the day you remind yourself that you are still worthy of happiness. Let today be the day you choose to walk forward, lighter and freer than before. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. Forgiveness, especially toward yourself, is a crucial part of finding peace. It's easy to show kindness to others, but we often struggle to extend that same grace to ourselves. Maybe you wish you had been a better parent, a more supportive spouse, or made different choices in life. But punishing yourself doesn't change the past. It only robs you of peace in the present. I'd love to hear from you. What's something you've struggled to forgive yourself for? And how have you started to let it go? Let's create a space of support and understanding in the comments below as we walk this journey toward grace and peace together. And if you're not subscribed yet, I invite you to join us. It's completely free, and it would mean a lot to have you as part of this growing community. Thank you for being here and for sharing this little oasis of forgiveness, peace, and wisdom with us.